This episode is brought to you by Kissing Contracts, specializing in prenups, postnups, and cohabitation agreements. We need more than love. We need shared values, goals, and dreams. When partners agree, great things happen. Visit us at kissingcontracts.com. Welcome to She's Myself, an entirely fictional but totally honest show for female entrepreneurs featuring a newfangled book club for you and your cohorts. Let's join Nicole, Lauren, Kate, and Darla in their mastermind group now.
Hello, lovely ladies of the mastermind. Hey, you know what? That should be a calendar, right?
In your dreams.
No, stick with me, seriously.
There are only 4 of us.
Right, so we get to go 3 times each. Voila, a year.
And we set the cause of feminism back a decade.
Or more.
Ugh, you guys are no fun.
Yes, we are. We were Saturday night.
We missed you, Lauren.
Missed you. How's your husband?
He's on the mend.
Oh, is it a man cold?
No, he's had some health issues in the past and had an episode on Saturday. Angina.
What is that? The word sounds...
Yucky.
That's it. Yucky.
It's pain in the chest.
Is it serious?
Well, it can be. He's having tests done.
Are you okay? Are you worried?
I'm trying to keep the worry down to a dull roar. I mean, me worrying doesn't help anything.
It doesn't stop me.
Yeah, it's... I'm okay during the day, but at night...
My mother used to say nothing good happens after midnight.
Yeah, she's right. No good thoughts come to me at 3 a.m.
What do you do?
Well, I watch old episodes of Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, she wrote. Murder keeps you from worrying?
I don't know. I find Jessica Fletcher soothing.
Yeah, I guess nothing bad can happen with Jessica on the case, right?
I've never seen the show. Should I put it on my Netflix watch list?
Oh, you're such a youngin'.
I'm not sure it would speak to you. It's pretty dated.
It's really dated, like Long Island iced teas.
Speaking of dated, how was everyone's week?
Nice segue.
It was a horrible segue, but it'll work. Kate!
Okay, well, one of the things on my very long list for the theater was renting to a church. So I reached out to a friend who's active in that community, and she has a lead for me.
Yay! That's awesome.
Nice work. It would be great consistent income and the times they need, Sunday mornings and 1 evening a week. Well, that would fit well with everything else.
And this is a paid thing, right? Sorry, I have to ask.
It would be, yes.
Oh, okay, good. How much?
You just don't mince words, Darla. I'm not sure what their budget is.
You know what I'm going to say?
What?
It doesn't matter how much their budget is. What's important is the market rate.
Yeah, what other people are paying for similar spaces in the area.
Well, how would I find that?
You just call up your fellow theater owners.
Oh, that sounds scary.
It's okay, I can coach you through it. I have a whole system of cold calls.
Okay, less scary. Speaking of systems, how's yours coming, Darla?
Ooh, much better segue than mine.
I've really been thinking through how to use what I'm good at to make it awesome.
And what is that?
I think it's setting up the systems to bring order out of chaos, to help my team move forward cleanly and with maximum effectiveness.
Nice.
Have you read The Big Leap? It's by Gay Hendricks.
No.
Tell us more.
It's about living in your zone of genius.
Interesting.
Darla, you were describing your zone of genius.
I have a proposal.
The chair recognizes Nicole. I joke. If anyone's the chair, it's you, Nicole.
Oh, I'm glad you recognize that. After today, we will all have had a turn on the hot seat. What if we read the book and talk about it at our next meeting?
I like that idea.
Me too. Would that be boring for you, Lauren?
No, I'd love it. I'd love to hear everyone else's take.
Let the record reflect. Is that right, Nicole?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let the record reflect the updated content of our next meeting.
Will you send us a link so we get the right book?
I will.
Great. I'm looking forward to next week. Are you good with your update, Darla, or do you have more?
I'm good.
Okay, Lauren, you're up.
As promised, I brought a list of topics, but I don't want to take up Nicole's time.
We're doing good on time.
Okay, well, here's the list.
Wow, you came up with a lot.
There's a ton here.
You've got everything from resilience to, I'm not even sure what this is, cosmogony?
It's models of the origin of the universe and relates to epistemology.
Which is...
Sorry, a branch of philosophy that talks about the theory of knowledge.
Jeez.
Is that the kind of stuff you want to be known for? What do you want to spend your day talking about?
I can see doing that, but to me it's more of a base where I find inspiration.
And resilience. Tell us more about that.
Research is finding that resilience is the difference between getting knocked down and staying there and using adversity to become stronger.
Interesting.
You're a total nerd for this stuff.
Total.
You know, as I'm looking at this list, it feels like some of the concepts are psychological or self-help, and others are more spiritual.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, what do you want to be known as? A spiritual guru or a self-help guru?
Both of those sound obnoxious.
Okay, just as shorthand, spiritual or self-help guru? Which one?
I think self-help because I don't think someone has to subscribe to a specific spiritual philosophy for us to interact. There's lots of room for differing beliefs in what I do.
So your next step could be to sort through the list that way.
I like that idea.
Can I just say, Lauren, that I'm really impressed with this list? You've come up with a lot of really interesting ideas here.
Ah, thank you.
I mean, you're such an encourager. I'd like to be sure you get encouraged, too.
Thanks. That means a lot.
And don't throw away any of these. As you refine your topic, you might want to pull some of this back in.
Good idea, Darla.
Thank you, Nicole. You're an encourager, too.
I'm not, but it's encouraging of you to say that.
Okay, Nicole, you're on the hot seat.
Well, I don't know if I told you all how rattled I was by the talk I gave to the mothers group.
You told us it was bad.
It was really bad, dumpster fire bad. I'm accustomed to public speaking. I do it in court all the time.
But this is a different kind of speaking, babe.
Yeah, I'm getting that strongly. So I wanted to brainstorm with you guys about who I should speak to and about what.
Oh, that's nice and narrow.
I know, but I'm having trouble finding the thread. I can't speak on just prenups unless I'm talking to a group of brides, and that's going to be hard to find on a consistent basis. I feel like there's something else, something that would be of interest to people in other stages of life.
You know, when we first met, we were talking about your why, helping women become financially self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
You have a heart for that.
I do.
Could you talk to women's groups about financial self-sufficiency?
That might still be a little too narrow. I'm not sure I want to limit myself to women's groups.
Okay, well, who are your best prenup clients?
The partner with the most money. It sounds crass, but the attorney with the more moneyed partner is the one that gets to do most of the strategizing and puts together the first draft. It's more and more interesting work.
And that's most often the man, right?
At this point, it is.
Is that your concern with limiting your speaking to women's groups?
Yeah, plus I'm not sure I'm a woman's woman. I've lived in a man's world for a long time. I'm not fluffy.
You do have some hard edges. I'm just saying.
Well, do you want to keep those hard edges, or is this an opportunity for personal growth?
I'm not sure.
Well, that might be a question you want to answer.
Damn it, personal development. I should have known I couldn't get out of it.
Even if you do ultimately decide to speak to mixed groups or groups of primarily men, the introspection can come in handy.
Yeah, and you could pick your approach based on the group.
Or the situation or client that's sitting right in front of you.
You'd have more choices, and you can grow using what you already do well.
Aren't I just undoing what I already do well?
No, like Kate said, you'd have a choice of different approaches. Right now, you just have one.
Let me ask you, Lauren, is Nicole thinking about smoothing out the hard edges and talking to women's groups contrary to the idea of being who she really is?
Good question. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see it both ways. On the one hand, Nicole is a ball buster, and that works in the courtroom.
But it's not accomplishing what she wants for prenups.
Exactly. And prenup folks are in a totally different phase, right? I mean, all lovey-dovey and picking out china.
So is she really bringing out a different side of who she is rather than changing?
I think so. The ball buster persona is one element of Nicole exaggerated. She can do it, but if hadn't spent so much time adapting to a man's world...
Yeah, I don't think I'd be that way. It's not really me.
That's what we saw on Saturday night. You're squishy inside and thoughtful.
There's a lot more to you than being tough.
For Nicole and all of us, there's lots of room to bring out other aspects of who you are that you would enjoy and it would serve others.
Oh, back to the drawing board.
Doesn't it always happen that way?
The power of the mastermind, showing you what you didn't even know you needed to see.
And you're not really back to the beginning. I mean, you've talked about this. You've been talking about the fact that this tough guy stuff didn't play in prenups.
And isn't it great to know there's so much more to you?
It is. Always having to be assertive and on it. It gets tiring.
I can imagine.
It would be nice to let the softer side out. I think it's probably still in there.
Oh, I'm sure it is. When you read the book this week, you'll see that an alternative to the zone of genius is the zone of excellence, where we're really good at something.
The zone of excellence. Sounds pretty good.
It's not bad, but it's not the zone of genius, where you're fully engaged and the work is effortless.
Okay, does that really exist?
I'm still working on it, clearly, but yeah, I think it does. Who do you think is there?
Oprah.
Oh, for sure.
And how about someone like Steve Jobs?
Oh, absolutely. And the people you know around you who are the kind of happy that, just shines.
My dad's a woodworker, and I think he's there.
Right. It's not about fame. But you'll see when you read the book.
I'm getting excited.
Me too.
Me 3, even though it sounds like it requires personal growth.
You know what? You're going to love it. I promise.
Okay, until next week.
Until next week.
You've been listening to She's Myself. Come check out the free Newfangled Book Club for yourself and your peeps at shesmyself.com. This episode was written by Emily Chase Smith and produced by Trisha Gilfone. The role of Kate was played by Kimberly Stamfill. The role of Darla was played by Quinn LaJoca. The role of Lauren was played by Trisha Gilfone. And the role of Nicole was played by Emily Chase Smith. Audio recording and editing by Barry Funkhauser. And Newfangled Book Club by Jill Davis. Thank you to all our Indiegogo supporters and our listeners.